It's difficult to explain how important the NEH seminar in Concord was for me in my development. In teaching, it provided so many tools, both in reading, assignments, discussion points that I could bring back to my classroom. I think about the day we went on our field trip out to Lowell, Massachusetts, and saw the factories where people, especially young women, labored, taking pictures of these, getting a feel of it, and then taking it back to my American History Survey students and talking about what it was like to feel, to be in such an all-encompassing factory and imagine what those workers must have been through, and seeing the connection that my students saw in that. I also had a lot of benefits that came out of that seminar in my own scholarship. I'm currently working on a book on transcendentalism and slavery, and I was able to be introduced to new historiographies, literatures, theories, ideas, scholars that really helped me percolate a lot of these ideas. In fact, it was while we were doing research in the Concord Library that I was first introduced to a document that I was able to identify as a Theodore Parker document that they didn't know before. And then that has become a core part of my new research project. And all of that came back to the seminar. There are also lots of networking and mentorship that came out of my summer in Concord. Getting to know great scholars and other fellow colleagues who are working in this topic and get feedback on ideas and get interested in topics that I hadn't considered before. Hearing lectures from some of the luminaries in the field who were able to direct us in ways that the field had overlooked or need reconsideration. But overall, the seminar in Concord reaffirmed to me my love for studying the period and love for understudying texts and being involved in these intellectual networks and getting a better sense of the people that I'm researching, walking through the streets and knowing that this house belonged to Henry David Thoreau or all these other abolitionists and was part of the Underground Railroad quote unquote network. All of that was so great, and I came back to the classroom that fall reinvigorated and excited to talk with my students about why this history matters. Concord did that for me in ways that nothing else could have. Reading books, even reading the primary sources, actually living in that space reinvigorated me and reminded me why our profession matters, which is why I strongly recommend anyone to participate in these NEH seminars in general, but especially the one in Concord.